Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, caseyleighreiki. I'm Casey. Today we're going to be doing your general reading for my water signs, which is going to be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio placements. The most important sign to check is going to be your rising sign, but feel free to also check your sun, your moon, Venus, as well as Jupiter, even North Node, anything that you feel drawn to. These are general, they're timeless, even though I am setting the intention that they're for August 2022. I feel like a lot of people tend to come back to the readings and they resonate with them later, or some time just kind of has to elapse. It doesn't always fit right away, so definitely keep that in mind. If it resonates, awesome, and if it doesn't, don't worry about it. I do have some channeled messages, a couple, nothing crazy. If you have air in your chart, go watch the air sign reading. That was pretty wild. There's a ton of stuff there. But yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. If there's anything that you would like to know about me, go ahead, check out the description box down below. That's where you can find any info about me, website, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, we are going to get into the channeled messages, which aren't that long, and then we're just going to get into the rest of the reading. I'll describe it when we get there. So for starters, something that came through right away when I was meditating on your energy was either crab apples or just like apples as a whole. I looked at both of them to see if there was a difference between the symbolism. Apples, I got good health, future happiness, as well as fertility. Think, Adam and Eve, it's been a sign of fertility for quite some time, and marriage, of course. Then I looked up crab apples. The symbolism was Celtic mythology was coming up a lot while I was trying to research that. Similar vibe, love, marriage, fertility, etc. If you are not looking to get pregnant, you are extremely fertile right now. I'm just getting that someone like very adamantly like tracks their period. Whether you just, because I keep hearing ovulating, I'm ovulating. If you're trying to get pregnant, this might be a wonderful time for you to do so, because that's what I keep hearing is I'm ovulating. So you might be tracking your period, your cycle for this purpose. Someone definitely does so very diligently. That could be confirmation for somebody, not for all of you, not everyone, so don't freak out. But fertility coming through huge, marriage, love, etc. Okay? And this is a good love. Like, this doesn't seem like infatuation by any means. This seems like very true, unconditional love here. It's very beautiful. Something else that came through is you guys might have, I keep hearing the grid. They're like, so it could be energy grids, like on the planet. That's also mentioned in these, but your energy, I feel like, is also kind of, to be quite frank, fucking with the grid, because I wrote down issues with lights flickering or technology issues. So you might be seeing lights just kind of like randomly turn off and on, or maybe the power goes out, or you're just having weird like glitch moments with technology, computers. I feel like mine just did that. I could be crazy. I don't know. Mine was doing that earlier though, so I'm like, but yeah, some sort of issue with lights flickering, lights acting strange, or technology issues. And it's your energy. For some of you, I feel like your energy is just really potent. Whether you've gone through an ascension, you've gone through some sort of upgrade, there is this potency that's coming in with your energy, and that I feel like it's kind of interrupting the signal a little bit, so to speak. So if you're like, why does this keep happening to me? It might be because of this. Moving forward, they did show me this Crossroads card from the Twin Flame Journey Oracle that I have, which I have beside me here. We'll open that up and take a look at that card. I'll go find it in a minute. But crossroads, so you guys might be coming to a crossroads in your life. For a lot of you, I feel like this is a spiritual crossroads. A lot of this feels like, what's the next thing on my path? What's the next thing on my journey? What can I kind of like master now? What can I what can I do, basically? And for some of you, it may be something totally different. It doesn't have to be, but the Crossroads card is really coming across as a some sort of spiritual like endeavor, wondering where to go next or something like that. If it's just you making a decision in your life, period, then that, you know, again, could be indicative. Take it as it resonates. On the same theme as the crab apples and the apples in general, I was getting a lot of fertility. And not all of this is actual fertility, but it just seems more so fertility in the sense of like the Empress. And if you're not familiar with that, then I am saying that fertility and birthing something new, you may be like fertile with ideas, with new business projects, with creative projects. There's a lot of creative feminine energy coming in here, which especially with us now being in Leo season, Lionsgate coming up, there's a lot of that energy flowing through right now. Leo in astrology, it does rule the 5th house, so we're talking creative pursuits, theater, art, anything like that that's very like fun and it's exciting and it's creative. So definitely if you are feeling that vibe, create, do something, create just to create, to immerse yourself in that energy and just see what comes through. So because of that, I wrote down fertility, creation, divine feminine, and also the divine mother. There's a boatload of feminine energy here. It screams Cancer to me, but you could have any of these placements. It all applies, okay? Even if you're just drawn to the title, you're going to hear what you got to hear, right? Whatever spirit wants you to, you'll find the message. I also heard anchoring love into the earth as part of your mission or part of your journey. This is something that's really heavy in a sense of it takes a lot of energy. Not necessarily that it's heavy and like dense or dark and it's just gonna like drain you, but a sense of it's big. It's like a big deal. Because that I'm again hearing is part of your mission. So it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna be like spreading love and blah blah blah. It's like, no, you are very specifically here to anchor in that love because you are connected to that energy of creation, the divine feminine, the divine mother, earth, Gaia. Gaia is the divine mother. So all of that energy there, I feel like you guys are really embodying that right now, and it's part of your mission to anchor that light source and that feminine energy into the earth. And I think this has a lot to do with the current conditions that, you know, we're in right now. I'm also, what I heard here, the last part is stay cool and collected, stay aligned, and get centered. So I don't know if that's maybe a collective thing, like with what's going on around us, to continue to stay calm, cool, collected, make sure we're aligned all the time, make sure we're using our grounding methods, our clearing methods, our protection methods, but getting centered. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with alignment of the chakras. So through energy healing, through meditation, like I feel like you gotta like get your mind right basically with whatever's coming up. It could be personal, it could be on a larger scale. That's up for you to decipher, okay? So I don't want to spend too much time doing this. These are the messages that I have, so I hope that resonates with y'all. What I really wanted to do is for a couple different things. At first I was going to pull tarot, but I got drawn to 3 separate oracle cards, so we're going to do that today. The first one I'm going to be using is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. The We the Hathors, which is this card right here, was really sticking out to me as well, but I didn't write it down because I felt like it was more of a collective as a whole type of thing and not just water signs, but I'll show you guys as well. We the Hathors in this deck is connected to the goddess Hathor, who's been coming through a lot for me, and surprise, surprise, she also is closely connected with the divine feminine, the divine mother, fertility, love, etc., okay? It says deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. And this is what it looks like this. So definitely not coincidence, okay? We are going to use the Starseed Oracle, and then I also have the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, and then I have the Twin Flame. So let's just take a look, see what comes out. I think I'm just going to pull one of the star seeds, and then I'm going to take a look at the Lenormand and the Twin Flame. Alright, what messages do we have for water signs here? I feel like there is some sort of like third eye activation going on, whether it's for you, or could be something that you like want to do. I guess I should word that different. Whether it's what you're doing now or it's something that you would like to achieve. Either way, I do think that's coming in at some point for you, because I'm seeing like a lot of purple. It came through earlier in my meditation as well, but I kind of like forgot all about it. There's a lot of messages that came through, you know? So, let's see what we can get here. Also hearing the number 6. So you might be seeing 6s a lot. You may be seeing, could even be variations of that, like 33, which is a master number, or 222. But the number 6 is coming through. I'm not sure what that, again, correlates to, but hopefully it makes sense to whoever needs it. We're going to do one last shuffle here. What messages do we have for water signs, please, Spirit? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yeah, I just keep getting that a lot of your mission, guys, is anchoring in that divine love. I said I was just gonna get one, but I kind of feel like I want one more. The card that came out is called the 7 Star Sisters, very soul family. Birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. This is just the one, Spirit, for water signs. Alright, guys, so here we go. Classic. The next one is activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. So right now, getting out into nature, being by water, as water signs, I'm sure you guys definitely, you know, relate to that and feel comforted by that. I know I do. As a Pisces rising, I definitely do. But go out into nature and connect with these like sacred places. If you also can travel to said sacred places, go ahead and do that too. Like some people go to Sedona, Arizona. Some people like Stonehenge, because look at this card. This is the activated earth card. There are these sacred spots that hold so much energy. It's very activated, hence activated earth. And I really feel like you guys need to get out there and do that. I feel like if you have not ever traveled or taken a trip to any of these places, I really feel like you have to. I really feel like you do. I'm also hearing nomad. Nomad or nomadic. Not sure what that applies to. I'm also hearing the number 4. Okay, I'm just writing those down so, you know, don't forget. This is the 7 Star Sisters. I really feel like these cards are best read straight from the book, so I am going to read them to you. Okay. So I just opened to the 7 Star Sisters. That's weird. Okay. It says, there are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life, right? If you draw this card, you are being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness, and to do your bit in weaving the web of life. Like I said, anchoring love into the earth grid, okay? This is the card of the artist and the midwife. You are being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? Fertility. What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stop seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way that you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity. To surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you. To find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities more now than ever before. I love that. Okay, let's read the activated earth. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. That would be the grids we're talking about. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses. Also known as spirit paths, they've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, Stonehenge, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on Earth, something is activated within us. I really think you guys need to go visit some of these places. Specifically because this card so much reminds me of Stonehenge. I'm really getting like a European vibe with this. You might have that in your like ancestry and your ethnicity. The chills I just got on that one. Definitely, because it's very like nomad, like people of the land is really what I'm feeling. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion at these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers? Or to tend to the land that you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers or nature spirits of that land? See, people of the land. As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, apples, fertility, and the guardians watch over you. Man, I could keep going with this deck. But I don't want to take up too much time because we're at 15 minutes, but you guys are, I feel like there's such a spirit, I do want to get another one, I can't help it. There's such a spiritual vibe here, guys. You guys are really connected to something, and if you can travel to any sacred sites or just travel anywhere in nature to see something new and just connect, immerse yourself in nature and in the land of wherever you are or traveling, like I said, please do so. Please, please, please do so. I really feel like it has to be land, like, again, Stonehenge vibes with this. But that's a lot. Are we really taking this? Yeah, I am not taking that. Is there anything else for water signs, Spirit? That would have been way too many. Is there anything else for water signs? I feel like you guys are very much in your higher chakras right now as well. Third eye, crown, soul star. I don't really feel like I want to use other decks to talk about like 3D type things, you know, like human stuff. I feel like you guys are much more concerned right now with the like more spiritual part of life, where you're from, like with the star seeds, or again, what's your mission? How can you work on your mission? What's next for you? All right, I'm not going to read these, but let's look at them real quick. Yeah, oh, absolutely. You guys are for sure getting activated as fuck right now. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but creative accountability, artist, and manifestation. At the bottom, it says your life is a canvas. Couldn't make it up if I tried. Now we have lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. And what did I say? Stay in alignment was a part of your messages. Anything unaligned must go. If you watch the air sign readings, I also talk about it a little bit there, where it says anything that does not match your energy and is unaligned to you, basically, must go now. And the other thing that's here is the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Okay, guys, come on. Look at this. I love this for you. You guys are activating like no one's business. I really feel like, again, lifting the veil is like, again, third eye activations. We are lifting that veil, seeing a lot more clearly. The blue flame coming in definitely gives me a very like Syrian energy type of vibe, like with Lionsgate. I kind of do want to read the blue flame. I don't know too much about the blue flame, but I do know that it I believe has a lot to do with a specific type of like consciousness. Hold on. just like can't turn this page for some reason. Okay. I will find it. Maybe it's in the beginning under B instead of like the blue flame. Yes. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Very Lionsgate portal. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions, third eye, and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings, Syrian blue beings, are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think that we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This is not easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate, and awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. What's on my list? I already talked about this. Get centered, stay grounded, calm, cool, collected. Okay? If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends, by the way. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes that you are going through. Spirit is saying, now I can move on to other stuff to talk a little bit more about the awakening process, okay? You guys are really going through some shit right now, and honestly, we're here for it. We love that for you. The Lenormand Gilded Reverie here. This is a very intuitive deck, rather. I'm probably not going to be reading out of the book because it is very intuitive, but we're going to take a look at maybe some stuff that's going on in your life in a more 3D way, because I feel like that's very spiritual. Again, higher chakras and such. I just saw 2211. All right, Spirit. What messages do we have here for water signs? What messages do we have for water signs? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I just keep hearing like what you're going through or what I'm going through. I don't know if you've been saying that a lot. But like, I'm going through a lot right now, or this is what I'm going through right now. Like, I feel like you're doing some like explaining to maybe friends or to other people around you, but definitely using your throat chakra here to explain like this. I just keep hearing, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm going through. I feel like some of you are just looking for like-minded people to be like, this is what I'm going through, and for someone to be like, yes, absolutely, same, me too. Especially with the whole spontaneous awakening thing, okay? I'm hearing a bunch of numbers. Now I'm hearing the number 8. It's really interesting, okay. 1, 2. Tell me why I dropped all of the cards. Okay, some of these actually were right side, like they were, so I'm gonna take them. That was a pretty cruel way for Spirit to pick some cards, I'm just saying. I don't find that very funny, but sure. All I had to do was one more shuffling. You had to go do that. Okay, so what I feel like is happening here, I'll show you what we have. We have these kind of like masks, which also have like sun and moon on them. So I feel like this is 2 different aspects. With the mask, it's also talking about duality here, and specifically because this is like a theater mask. I don't know what those are called, but I feel like there is something here that's not exactly like truthful, some sort of illusion or deception, right? And what I find particularly interesting is that you have almost like the sun at the top, and it comes down through these 2 pillars where like that's another mouth. So do you see how we have one face here, and then a whole face with a mouth here? I feel like this, for me, intuitively feels like pay attention to the way that someone talks, like what they're saying, because I feel like it's hard for you to read them, or there's something going on with that. Pay attention to the way that they're talking, whether it's talking to you or, you know, something like that. I feel like you have to pay attention to the way that this person speaks, to gather information or to like understand the truth, because we also have here this magnifying glass. So we have number 4, and then we have number 44, and I told you before, right? I was here the number 4. Now we have 44. So basically you have 444, okay? And then you have 38, which is gonna break down to an 11. Can't make it up. So this magnifying glass for me really intuitively makes me feel like you are trying to find the discrepancy with a person. You're trying to find out what's going on. What are you really telling me? Like, you're trying to read between the lines, or you're trying to dissect maybe a conversation with them. There's a lot of like questioning here is what I feel like. You're looking for what's really going on, or you're looking for the truth. I feel like you're trying to, again, read between the lines. Like, it feels like you're trying to see the fine print on something, because you can't just like outwardly read a person, or you don't like understand. And so that's what I kind of feel like is going on here. And I feel like here, number 38, this is the bridge. I feel like you're kind of putting some pieces together about certain situations in your life, or about certain people in your life, because again, that mask, right? The emotions, it's like you're trying to read past them. I feel like you think someone is being fake. So again, trying to read that fine print or read between the lines. This card technically would be a good omen. This is like kind of bridging the gap between one place and another, finding a solution and finding a path or what have you. We'll see what happens with what comes after this card. But I feel like as you have started to look closer, you have found quite a lot. You have found kind of what you were looking for, whether that's in a not so great way or otherwise. But I feel like now you're like putting the pieces together about a person, about maybe their behavior. There's something here that you went looking for, and you found what you were looking for. And I feel like it was almost like, I want to call it like the missing piece or something. Like, that's kind of what I want to call it. Like, you found the missing piece. Let's see if there's something else here. What's going on with this spirit? Did you see that one? Oh, I don't think you saw that one jump. That was crazy. Okay, the one that popped out, I'm not going to take it because it didn't come all the way out. But it's very, very interesting. I don't know what this card is actually called in the book, but I believe that's Anubis. Hold on, I'm going to look. Yeah, it's the Coffin. I am the painful change and transition. You will feel me through your body, your mind, and certainly your wallet. Depression, loss, and bankruptcy are my specialties. I am sickness and bed rest. I am all endings and sometimes death. The Coffin of the Reverie deck harks back to the ancient Egyptian period. Although traditionally seen as an ending or finality, this is also symbolic of an initiation that brings a final reckoning of our life purpose. It is often when we are faced with life-changing events or illness that we reevaluate the important aspects of our life. Here we see the coffin in the form of a sarcophagus flanked by the imposing figure of Anubis. I knew it. Of Anubis, the god of embalming and protector of the dead. One of his roles is to assist with weighing the heart to ascertain the worthiness of the person to enter the afterlife. The significance of this card can be the actual ending of something as we know it. Absolutely. Okay, this makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, this is you like laying rest to a situation, I think. I think the pieces that you were looking for here, at least what I'm seeing, the pieces that you were looking for helped you bridge the connection to see where something needed to end. I feel like it really helped you realize, like, as you looked further, as you started to dissect something, read the fine print, the bridge was to the ending. It's like spirit showing you, like, now that you're seeing this, now you can understand better. Now you can see where this is done. This is all set, whether with a person or experience in your life. This definitely makes me feel like you found, like, I don't know, I kind of want to call it like the rainbow bridge to like this ending of a situation. I feel like all it took was a little bit of almost like awareness, and then it led you straight to these like kind of hard truths or hard facts where you were like, oh, gotcha, this situation actually is unaligned. And as I've said many times already in this reading, we need to remove anything that is unaligned. Anything. It's gotta go, okay? Spirit, what else do we have about this situation for water signs? Ooh, don't do that, it's rude. This deck is like unruly today. I don't know what's going on. We have cards like jumping out, but they're, ooh, whoa, that flew out. Okay, we have number 22 now. You are definitely faced with a choice. This is basically like the crossroads. This is also a master number. Oh, I didn't even realize that Coffin card is number 8, and I was saying I was 6, 4, and 8 was what I was seeing. Now 22, which either 22 as a master number, you don't usually break those down, but if you do, it's a 4. This is kind of like the crossroads from the other deck. This has led you to a point where now I think you have to make a decision. Okay, this ending, you have to choose now. I feel like now it's saying like you have to almost like take action. Because with that Coffin card, it's like we are seeing the end. We're seeing the transition from one period to another, because the bridge is the link, right? The bridge is the link. What do you want from here? Yeah, I just heard the well is dry. So the thing is that, again, these are intuitive and you piece the story together. This well, depending on the cards that aspect it, could either be full or could be empty. And with having the Coffin here, especially, the mask, the, you know, 2 doorways here, these 2 portals, I really feel like this well is dry, absolutely. And it's time for you to stop trying to pull water out of an empty well. There's nothing there. So it could be a myriad of different things. You could just be on this certain path in your life and being like, I need to take another like spiritual path. I need to take a more spiritual direction. Again, it could be anything. So please like use your discernment. But I feel like you're in a place right now that like you don't need to be there. Like there's nothing, there's literally nothing for you to pull out of this. All the efforts have been exhausted. There's no more resources there. Like there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Wow. And another master number? Are you kidding me? Number 33. This is confirmation for me that the key, literally the key to unlocking maybe a more spiritual path, that spontaneous awakening, the enlightenment, etc. rather. I almost said etc. The key to you moving forward is to leave this dry, empty well behind and move on. I feel like all your energy is just exhausted somewhere else. And I kind of feel like we're going to start tapping into that whole staying calm, cool, collected type vibe for some reason. But wow, so many master numbers here. So if you were wondering if this was a spiritual path for you, the answer is yes. So, and that's number 33, and I look up at more. 33 minutes, of course. All right. I don't want to make this over 40, so let's see what we can do here. Spirit, can you tell me about this crossroads? Oh, yeah, stay calm, cool, and collected, because we have these flowers here. Someone, if you're dealing with a person, like romantic especially in question, I think the reason why they're saying stay calm, cool, and collected is because you may have to enforce these boundaries, or you may have to just enforce your opinion, or you know, when you do make your decision about leaving this behind, if that's the choice that you want to go with, I just don't think that they're gonna like that, and I think it's gonna be almost like overcompensation to try to either woo you back, to get you back into their life, or something like that, because this is taken as like a, you know, a love offer. For some of you, let's see what the card is that comes after it. For some of you, this could mean that when you leave this situation, whatever this is, especially if it's romantic, and you just close the door on that, it allows your energy to flow to something better, which may possibly be a new romantic situation better suited for you. Okay? So if you're like wondering, if you are single right now too, and you're like wondering like, how do I move forward, and how do I find a new person, you know, how do I move forward in like dating, I'm not finding anybody, anything like that. It could be because there's something else. It could even be like a friend. Like, it's just that you can't have things both ways. It reminds me of the law of attraction. The law of attraction is both attraction and repulsion. So this is duality. So if you want to attract one thing, then you have to push something else away. You almost like can't have your cake and eat it too. Ooh. Okay. Oh, yikes. Yeah. Yeah. You have the mountain here coming out. This is going to be a difficult situation for you. For those of you where this resonates, especially in a romantic way, this person is not going to like that you are not taking them up like on their offers. I do really feel like this is going to be tough for you. Ooh. Oh yeah, no, this person is like really going to weigh you down. And I feel like they are weighing you down. They really are, because now we have number 35, which breaks down to an 8. We have the anchor. Yes, so if you're looking for confirmation, for spirit to come through and tell you, like, look, this really is done, like, you can move on and not feel bad about this, this is your confirmation, babe. Or bro, whatever. You guys really gotta, this is exhausting. This is really exhausting. Especially the mountain and the anchor back to back is like, we're talking about like stability, but not necessarily in a good way. Only because I'm seeing, again, the coffin, so seeing that type of stuff. The anchor could be definitely like positive sometimes, but depending on what's aspecting it, like how we have here, I just see this as obstacles, difficulties, because as water, you want to move forward, you want to flow. So when I see an anchor, I think, okay, you're being forced to stay still and stay stagnant, okay? Okay, they're saying that's it, they're done. All right, we're done with that. Where are we at? We're at 37 minutes. I'm trying to think if I should pull cards from the other deck or not. Maybe I'll just pull like a quick couple. I won't like shuffle, but I will pull them to get like a little bit more information, and maybe I can find that crossroads card, because that's what I originally was going to do for y'all. Yep, there it is. Oh, it wasn't the crossroads card, actually. It was a different one. It was a different card. That's not the one that I saw. Oh, I must have them. It was this one. New direction. Love that. Good enough, right? Close enough. New direction. Yeah, let's take a look real quick and see if there's anything that wants to come out for this. I don't want to make this too long, but okay. All right, they said 5 shuffles. I'm seeing mute here, so this could have to do definitely with communication, like we were saying before with the other deck. But I really do feel like people are trying to, like, look, reinvent, or reinvention. I feel like you guys are really, again, the awakening, really reinventing yourselves, and you're being, like, thwarted. Oh, there's that commitment. We talked about fertility, marriage, commitment. Okay, guys. Here we go. Oh, my hands. So dry. Mask. Can't make it up. Just like the other cards, now we have mask in this card. So you have mask in 2 different decks. Okay. Mask and reinvent. I feel like this could either be the person you're dealing with, or it could be you wanting to take off your mask of who maybe you've been for other people and wanting to really now be authentically yourself. But this could also be that the person who you may be dealing with, they are trying to present themselves as someone that they're not in order to, again, woo you back and get you back into their life. So it depends on the situation. Take what resonates. Anything else, Spirit, for water signs? Settling. You would be settling if you stayed in the place that you are. You're trying to do something wonderful, to evolve, to align, to, you know, awaken, what have you. I feel like that could be with the mask situation. Like, these are the two sides to this, where it's like they may be presenting as someone who's, again, reinvented. Maybe they could be that typical, you know, ex that's like, I've changed, or blah blah blah, you know what I mean? But you're like, no, it's not like that. It's just not like that. Yeah, look at this. Literally, I shit you not, conclusion and divine timing flew out on top of each other like this. So again, if you were looking for some confirmation to say, is this the right time? Because maybe this could be someone you've been like on and off with, or they've come in and out of your life. There's a person here, whether it's romantic, friendship, whomever it is, where you could not just end this at the point that you were at previously. I feel like there really needed to be something specific that happened here. And it may be that spontaneous awakening that triggered this, but know that if it's happening now, to not fight it, stay aligned, cool, collected, right? Get centered, because I think this person is going to try to push your boundaries, or just not respect you in some way, shape, or form. It could be a little bit chaotic, dramatic, what have you. But I really feel like if it's happening, do not fight against it, because it is definitely happening. Divine timing for the right reason. Divine timing for me in this deck is kind of like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, listen, Wheel of Fortune relating to Jupiter, a planet that's about abundance, and basically, that's what I'm looking for. Can't think of the word I'm looking for. It starts with a B. It's the way they describe Jupiter as a planet. I can't think of it, but basically, like, it's about abundance, and it's about growth. It's about also spiritual growth as well. And a lot of that, I think, is going to be happening because, if I'm not mistaken, Jupiter is going to go retrograde, I think. I can't remember. But that Jupiter energy coming in really strong. So you may have any, one of your, you may have any one of the water signs as your Jupiter placement as well. But anyways, any last words, Spirit, that water signs need to know before we sign off for the night? Yep. Guess what that card is? You cannot make this shit up. It's ascending. This is all in divine timing, whatever it is that you are going through. Okay? I'm going to end this here, but know that, look at this. You're on the right path and in the right place at the exact time that you need to be. Everything happens as it should in divine timing. You guys are very strong. I'm going to leave you with, again, the reminder that staying calm, cool, and collected as you move through this transition in your life. Definitely crucial. You guys are working through a lot, clearly ascending. The third eye activations, the spontaneous awakenings, it takes a lot to integrate, as the book said, okay? So if that is you and you resonate with that, take your time, be gentle with yourself. I say it every video, but be gentle with yourself. Give yourself some extra love. Connect to the earth, to nature, to the divine mother, divine feminine. And yeah, if you liked the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up if you don't mind. Helps me get my video out to other people who need to see these messages or hear these messages. And of course, comment if you feel drawn to, share if you really like it. I always appreciate that, sharing it. Again, spreading the love. And then if you want to subscribe and hit the bell notification for more, you'll get notified of all my upcoming videos as well. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. Mwah. I love you so much. I hope that resonates, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.